Ariel Helwani post-fight at Bellator NYC alongside the man who pulled off one of the biggest upsets of the year thus far. We're talking to Zach Freeman, who defeated Aaron Pico in the first round via guillotine choke. Very few people thought you were going to win this fight, Zach, and let's start there. Is this an upset? Is it an upset when a guy who's 8-2 going up against a guy who's 0-0 does what you did to him? Is that an upset?
I don't think it is, and
Are you insulted when people call it an upset?
a little bit, even some of the questions and the things that happen. You know what? I'm not going to let it get to me.
It feels like you have a bit of a chip on your shoulder.
I do, only because no one would take this fight. You should hear some of the names they asked to fight him that said no.
Really?
And the reason was because they said the guy's 0-0. I have nothing to gain from it. Look what I gained from it.
Yeah.
So I didn't care about his record. I looked at his accolades and I said, this guy is a freaking killer. Why would I not fight him? Because he's 0-0. And honestly, thank you to Aaron. He's going to help make a name for me.
Right.
So I appreciate the opportunity. But at the end of the day, everyone who knows me or who's trained with me, and I go all over the country training, they all knew Zach Freeman is not one to take lightly,
Was it a weird spot because, let's be honest, Bellator's been paying this guy for almost 3 years. He's the prodigy, and you kind of spoiled their plans. Is it weird to know that maybe deep down they're upset that you won?
Deep down, out front.
Yeah,
up front they're upset.
Did they make that visible to you?
I'm right. I feel like it was.
Feel disrespected?
I feel a little disrespected. But you know what? At the end of the day, the Bellator staff was amazing this week. Very professional. I feel like maybe I could have got a little more love by some of the executives, but either way, I appreciate you asking me a question the other day. So.
Well, I thought you stole that press conference, as I said to you beforehand. Now, do you think that, when you were offered this fight, as a veteran, just fought in a title fight not that long ago,
He's a great fighter.
did you think, what are they doing here? Do they not realize, how tough I am? Do they think that I'm this cupcake and they're in for a rude awakening?
Well, I think they watched video on me, and the video is misleading because I had a broken hand for a 5-round title fight. I broke it in the first. I compound fractured it in the second round. And to be honest, you watch that video, I was so proud of myself the way I maintained my composure. You couldn't even tell I was injured. And, immediately after the first round, I ran over to Pat Miletich, and who was the guy who just left?
Michael Schiavello.
Michael Schiavello. I went over to Michael. I yelled to them. I said, I broke my hand. And they had their earphones on. They couldn't hear me. They were like, what did he say? What did he say? But I told my corner, and we kept it under wraps because we didn't want the fight to get stopped because I still had a chance. I could have maybe submitted him. I actually took him down and almost had his back in the 5th round. But I learned so much from myself. Watching that fight, I was like, wow, I had a poker face for all 5 rounds. You could tell I wasn't throwing my right hand, but I learned so much from myself. I was a dangerous guy tonight because my last fight was such a growth experience for me, even though it was a loss, that I was dangerous. I'm dangerous.
When you dropped him and then went for the guillotine and it looked like it was very tight, what's going through your mind? Are you thinking, holy crap, I'm doing this, this is happening? Are you even thinking anything?
Yeah, he actually started to escape and go to his back. That's the best way to escape a guillotine. Go right to your back. Give up position. That's the best thing to do. And I immediately went to get on top, but as I went on top, I made sure to transition to a 5-finger. And once I had it sunk, I knew I could stay on my side and finish the choke. And actually, the doctor said he went unconscious for a brief second. He said he could see him seizure. So this is the guy who gave me the physical in the back. He's like, he actually went out. So, yeah.
And it's one thing to do that against, the super prodigy. It's another to do that at the world's most famous arena. This is something, you can't even script this. How would you describe the emotions, in the cage when this is sinking in? What is going through your mind?
Russell Crowe, Cinderella Man.
It's unbelievable. It really is.
It is. Thank you, Ariel.
And did you think it would go down like this, honestly? When you were drawing this up, did you think you'd be able to finish him that quickly?
Like I said in the cage, when you believe something, you can truly make it happen.
And you're really going back to work on Tuesday? Why not Monday? You get the day off?
I'm flying back at 2:15, so my wife and I are going to spend some time together on Sunday. I sacrificed so much time away from my family to maintain a full-time job and to train, you know.
Do you think you may leave the job?
I already called my bosses and told them I'm not.
Okay. Do you think they were worried?
I think in the back of their head, they're so supportive of me. My company's called Working Spaces. That was the only thing I forgot to do is
Oh, you plug the company.
plug the company. But
What's it called again? Say it.
it's called Working Spaces. Yeah,
And it's windows, things like that.
well, no, I do essentially, we do commercial office furniture like cubicles, chairs,
Wow.
you name it, private office furniture. But I specialize in providing floor-to-ceiling wall and glass systems, like really fancy glass for offices.
Viacom better take you up on that offer.
Well, I actually talked to the president of Spike,
Yeah.
and he said I need to get with Mike Hogan. They're going to set up a meeting with the facility
You
department.
need to run with this.
I'm
It's
serious.
a great story.
It is a great story.
I love it. Now, what about actual fighting? Do you know what you want next? Do you think that they're going to try to push you now, or do you think that they're going to try to throw you to the Sharks?
I think they're going to try to give me a really tough opponent, but hey, bring it on. That's what I want.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. Enjoy it. What a story. Really one of the best stories of the week. Very happy for you, and looking forward to the next one.
Thank you so much, Ariel.